Annyeong!
Annyeong!
What's up, YouTube? Team 12 is back again, and if you couldn't tell by the backgrounds, today we're going to be reviewing episode 30 of Attack on Titan, the anime. I guess this is season 2, episode 5,
Mm-hmm.
episode 30 in total.
Yep.
And this is a review by yours truly, Team 12, the Fighting Nimbus and
I'm Gobb Usopp.
Gobb Usopp. Love to have you here, buddy.
Great to be here.
We want to touch on anything before we jump into this episode?
No, I think that we should just jump in.
All right, let's jump in. So this is where we left off on the last episode. Ymir jumped off of the tower and actually turned into Titan. Was that weird?
Yeah, that was a pretty. I liked the actual building of the Titan. I really like how they've been doing this. It's so creepy, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's kind of, we're used to reading, the comics, and you kind of have to fill in the blanks yourself. And you just see these really just weird drawings of some skeleton bones shooting out. This is exactly how I thought it would happen. I don't know if I would have used yellow, but they're heating up. It's fire, so.
That's the other thing is that it makes me think very differently about the whole Titan process when I kind of see the colors of it and see how the whole thing builds out.
Yeah.
It's not far off from what I thought, but it's definitely different.
Oh yeah, completely. It adds a different, almost dimension to the whole story.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we start the episode off in a flashback within the flashback. So it's a flashback within a flashback, right?
Inception.
Yeah, Titanception. Some crazy crap going on right here.
That's a cheap joke.
It's not going to go out of style for like 10 more years, so we're not past that on the society level, I guess.
I would agree.
So, anyways, we have the girls, Ymir, and are we going to call her Unknown right now?
Let's just call her Historia. I think it's just, after this whole episode, how that was such a focus, I think it's only appropriate that we call her by her real name.
Yes, Historia. So now, that's kind of a spoiler for the end of the episode, but...
but if you're watching this at this point, I would hope that you've seen the episode.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they watch it through us, but basically that's the title of the episode, Historia. So we're more entertaining. So
absolutely.
We get the girls. They're carrying back their friend who's, how did he get wounded? Daz?
I can't remember, but he's not doing well.
Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah, they're just hiking back. It's the three of them, and Ymir's like, she's pretty calm. You can kind of tell. It's weird that she's kind of calm going through this, but she tells Historia that, either you and me go back together and leave Daz here, who's already frozen solid and probably going to die, and we'll survive, or we all perish trying to bring him together.
Which was interesting because she was willing to let that dude die just so Historia wouldn't know that she was a Titan.
Right. It's really strange because you have the girls there out there, and Ymir kind of looks at her and she's like, I don't think you want to survive because you didn't ask me for help.
Ymir is smart as a whip. It's really impressive that she was able to kind of intuit, so she knew that someone was hiding their true identity, and because she apparently went through all of the same things that this girl went through, she just wanted to meet her, and she knew so well what to look for that she was like, look, Historia's not really doing everything she can to survive, so she must kind of want to die.
Right, yeah, that's exactly right what you said. They don't share a lot of similarities, obviously. Historia's very girly girl. Ymir is like a badass tomboy. Alright, my thoughts are going somewhere else. But they're a great duo because they both have a similar backstory and they can see the characteristics, and that's how they truly bond. As it comes down, Ymir is a Titan. She pushes her friend away. She's like, God, I have a friend now. This is so annoying. Pushes her away. Becomes a Titan. does the heavy lifting.
And it was really clever how she did it. How she like threw Historia down into a tree so that the snow fell down, so that she had like time to turn into a Titan and move before Historia could see her.
Exactly. And this was like a crazy scene. If we saw this before, we'd be like, what happened? But now we know. She became a Titan, brought the guy home, and Historia showed up a little later. And, we get all that backstory. Raynor does confront Historia and say, did you know she was a Titan? I think she did.
See, that's the thing, is that if she did, her sell point is so convincing that, like, nope, no idea, didn't know.
I don't see the point in her lying about it, but at the same time, it's like she didn't see it happen, but she.
Well, I mean, you can definitely see why she would lie about it, because that would cast suspicion on her. If they knew that knew that Ymir was a Titan, they wouldn't trust her anymore either.
Yeah, that's true. And it might be. Yeah, we'll see how they react to Ymir now. That's an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a little more backstory. Raynor sees this all happening, and he has a flashback too. So this is another just flashback within the flashback, not a flashback within a flashback within a flashback.
No, and it's a very interesting one because they see that Ymir ate their buddy.
Exactly.
And that's kind of weird. That why would Ymir do that? If if she wasn't like an actual Titan, because it doesn't seem like any of the Titans when they transform, besides Erin that one time, they all kind of seemed to keep their humanity and didn't like attack humans. So either she wasn't like able to switch back, or she was like pulled an Erin and let the Titan kind of take over. Either way, that's not particularly comforting.
Right, and it's this scene alone. We saw a little flashback before, and obviously we couldn't connect the dots. But now you have this information, and look how young Raynor is here. How is she there? And did she have control? Does she have to eat? Was she even conscious at this point? Because she's conscious now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions that are. Now we have more questions now than answers, seeing that she's a Titan.
And you have to imagine that Raynor and Bertolt are not particularly happy with Ymir for eating their friend.
Oh yeah, he almost broke Raynor almost broke Historia's leg in anger.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another just dimension within this group of friends that's really going to screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to bring up this image because this was just. I think Ymir's Titan is really strange looking. I don't really like it, but this shot alone was like, okay, that's badass.
I mean, and it's just kind of like heartbreaking that it's just like, come on, like, let's go. I want to say, like, that she's essentially sacrificing herself just so she can save them.
Yeah, exactly. She's jumping out there. Obviously, this story right here directly connects to the flashback, the flashback within the flashback.
Within the flashback within the flashback?
Exactly. Where, clearly Ymir has changed, and that might be the moment where she did change, saving...
Yeah, but, I mean, that whole fight scene with Ymir was so impressive.
Yeah,
Ymir just caused mayhem. Was just going one after another after another. How many Titans did she take down? Would have had to have been, like, 10 plus Titans in, like, a minute.
Yeah, and she was holding her own, and then she kind of got surprised and taken down, and it was really. Well, I mean,
as they said in the last episode, that's really the strength of the Titans. The strength of the Titans is no one Titan is particularly strong, but if you have 20 or 30 Titans, at some point one of them is going to get into your blind spot, and it is going to go poorly for you when it does.
Exactly. It's like any zombie movie you've ever seen, except you multiply their size by like 100. These are giant zombies, Mm-hmm. The consciousness isn't there, which is scary when they do have consciousness, like the Beast Titan. That was freaky. All right. But yeah, anyways, it was awesome, and eventually Ymir gets taken down. Everyone's crying. Historia runs out there. I'm not done talking to you yet. I'm gonna reveal my name, Historia. So she's running out there, and then she gets the same situation. Someone jumps out at her, a Titan. And who comes to save everyone?
Mikasa and the Survey Corps.
What a good character.
I mean, she's just the best. She's just the best. I think she's my favorite in this whole show.
You know, we haven't seen any. I think she's my favorite too in the series, but we haven't seen much of the fighting with the swords. You know, jumping around any 3D maneuvering devices for a while. So seeing her jump in, it was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is a pretty cool part of the series.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what really took me in the first place, was the 3D maneuvering fighting is one of the most interesting fighting styles in any anime.
It's extremely creative, and like any main character of a series, well, I kind of think about Naruto in this case. You know, they're good at what they're doing, like fighting. So Erin's very good at being a Titan and fighting as a Titan. But you kind of forget, like, there's a whole other aspect to the life of these people in these walls, and he just got his first kill as a warrior.
I just couldn't believe that. I totally forgot. I mean, he's had a bunch of kills, but he's never actually killed a Titan as, like, a human.
Exactly. And it's just so funny that it takes 30 episodes into the series for him to get his first kill.
Yeah, but it was a sweet kill.
By blade. Yeah, it was awesome. So he's clearly getting better. There's growth with all these characters. You know, I can't believe that. Look at that.
I did it! First kill!
So, yeah, you know, we had a lot to talk about this episode, and, you know.
And then you get this sad Ymir's kind of done. But I like that for the first time in a while, someone died with a smile on their face, which, like, it's a small concession in this show, but I'm really happy that we finally had, like, a mildly happy death, or not, like, an incredibly tragic death.
Yeah. And, you know, is she dead?
Interesting. Could be, could not be.
Yeah, so more questions than answers in this episode, but I think we got some good story development, obviously character development. Now the group knows about Historia. They're going to learn a lot more secrets about the people in their group, and you know that seems.
And there are a lot of secrets.
Yes, and that seems to be a theme of this season. You know, it might just keep going through each character, and hopefully by the end of the season, we learn some really cool secrets.
Yeah, I still don't trust Armin. I think he's bad people.
Yeah, he's obsessed with water. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a little creepy. Yeah, I mean, what else is there? We got to figure out if Ymir's alive. Erin is gonna start hopefully getting some real kills in, and we know that the wall's not broken. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to review this episode. We kind of no real cliffhanger in this episode, so I didn't even watch a preview or anything. I'm excited to jump into the next episode. I don't really got anything else to say. Gobb?
No, as I've said every time, this season is killing it. Both this and Jack are just blowing away my expectations.
What a treat it is to get these both at the same time, also.
Yep. So I mean, I think that's just about it.
Yeah. All there is left is Team 12 out.
Team 12 out.